Today on Arts for Life Virtual Studio, I'm going to show you how to play the jug or any other container you might have lying around, and a little song to go along with it. Let's make some music together. Hi everyone, my name is Marty and I am the Arts for Life music teacher at Brenner Children's Hospital. Welcome to our virtual studio today, where we believe that art is for everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to play the jug. Now, you don't need a fancy container like this. I mean, this isn't really that fancy. It was a ginger ale bottle from Trader Joe's. But you can use any kind of container as long as it makes a sound and resonates the sound you're going to make. And I'm going to tell you what that means. But any container will work as long as it picks up the resonance, the vibration that you're making with your lips. I love this one actually, so I'm going to use that today for our video. But here I have this is a cup. I got this at, I think it was a Dollywood. No, it was somewhere like that. But I got this little boot cup, and it actually makes a really nice sound. It's plastic, so it's not even made of glass, but it makes a nice deep sound when you make the sound into it, which is a really funny sound, by the way. And so there's that. You can also use a milk jug, which is great. Even like cardboard containers, like milk cartons, for example, those work really well. Also, you just need something that you can make the sound into, and it will vibrate. That's what resonance is. And I'll explain what that means a little bit, because I have a ukulele here, which might make it a little easier to understand. So on ukuleles or guitars or stringed instruments like this, you pluck the string. But that string doesn't actually make a very big sound. If you've ever plucked a string that's not attached to a soundboard, this is what this is called, then it's very quiet. That's me plucking it, pressing down on the soundboard, making it not vibrate. If I let go of the soundboard and pluck it the same, well, I'm touching it there too. There we go. Hear that? That's a big difference. And what's happening is the sound from this little tiny string is carrying through this, what's called the bridge here, and into the soundboard. And the soundboard acts like a speaker, and it makes it louder. The whole thing starts to vibrate, and it makes the sound much bigger than it would have been if it was just the string vibrating alone. And so this is the resonator. The top of this instrument is the resonator for it. Everything else doesn't really make the sound bigger, but this part does. So that's the way it works on a ukulele. Let's just move that there. With playing the jug or the bottle or whatever you want to call it, the way the resonator is the bottle, it's the jug, it's the container. And you're making a sound with your lips, which is like the string, and you make a sound that's used in brass instrument playing. And what you do is you purse your lips together like that. Not really tight. You can do it tight or loose. Either way is good, and has a different effect. But you want to put your lips together and blow air and make them flop like that. That's called embouchure, which is a French word that basically means put your lips together and make them flop like that. And then if you pull your lips tightly, you get a higher sound, and if they're really loose, you get a lower sound. And then you can get sounds. There's a whole range of sound in between. You can go low to higher, high to low. Either one is great, and you can play around with the pitches from top to bottom all throughout your range. And I think the great jug players are said to be able to play something like 2 octaves, which is like it's like this times 2. Da, 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 da. And then they keep going up another octave on top of that. I don't know that I would call myself that advanced. But I can go high and low on the jug. And for my song today, you don't have to be super advanced. In fact, it's more about improvising, which is a word for making stuff up. And you just make up the cool, funny sounds with the jug, with your embouchure blowing into the jug. And so, without further ado, I need to introduce my song. Actually, I need to show you how this. I'm going to do the low to high through the jug, so you can hear the difference. And it might not pick up the sound as well on the speaker, but over here there is a big difference. So when you do it into the air, it just kind of it's big, but it's not huge. When you do it into this, that was exactly the same thing. I'm making the identical sound with my mouth, but the sound is huge coming out of the jug. So it's really fun to hear it amplify, which means to get louder, more energy, bigger sounding. And so, okay, so that's the difference with and without. Now I'm gonna tell you a little about my song, introduce my song. This is a picture of Bonnie, my son and I drew on this whiteboard behind me, and it kind of represents some of the stuff that happens in the song. You might be able to get some ideas already. There's another one. And I have this dog. Her name is Bonnie, and I'm sure many of you who have dogs or pets, especially dogs, but other pets, can relate to certain habits that dogs have. The other day, I had a completely different song written for this jug video, and then the other day inspired me to scrap that and write a whole new set of lyrics inspired by her actions. And what she did was she decided it was a great idea. I live out in the woods, to go chase after a skunk. And so she decorated my house with all these delicious skunk smells and flavors. And we were living, it's gone now, but we've been living in that for a little bit. And so Bonnie inspired me to write a song about her bad habits and her infatuation with stinky stuff. And so she can produce some stinky stuff herself as well. She doesn't just find it, she can produce it. And that's what the song really is about. So you might already have an idea at this point, but if you don't, you will. So in honor of her name is Bonnie, and she's a Scottish Terrier. I've named this Bonnie's Blast Off. And so without further ado, here's Bonnie's Blast Off. I hope you enjoy. And you can play this video a few times and even learn the lyrics to the song and sing about your own dog with these lyrics. And I'm sure you'll have a great time. And and you can practice your jug skills. Try it along with me. It'll be really clear where the jug playing comes in. So here we go. I've got this little doggy, she loves eating broccoli, that's mostly fine with me. But there's just one thing, a stinky kind of happening. She lifts her tail and starts to sing. What do you think she sings when she lifts her tail? You might have guessed it. If you didn't, this is it. Then there was this day, I let her out to play. Quickly she found her way to eat a rotting carcass, to her simply marvelous. Later her tummy had these words to say. Can you guess what her tummy said? If you guess this, you're right. something got into her. It was a hot pepper. Then a look came on her face. Imagine what a hot pepper would make your face do. And just like an astronaut, she blasted right off up into outer space. And can you guess what her final words were? Oh yeah, here we go. Anyway, well, thank you so much for joining me in Arts for Life Virtual Studio today. If you made some funny sounds or got some funny reactions from playing the jug or bottle or cup or bowl or whatever it was you found, then and you want to share that with us, please feel free to tag us at Arts for Life NC. And remember, as always, art is for everyone. Thank you. Bye.